Hello and welcome to Channel Sport on Sunday. I am Ken Ochonago. It is hitting right there in Australia, the end of the world. Somebody is going for 10 over 10. Novak Djokovic, 9 times he has played the Australian Open final, and 9 times he has won. And this is his 10th final. And as we speak, he's 2 sets up. But then the 3rd set is hotting up because each man has been hanging on to his own. Oh, no, not each man. Djokovic had lost his first game and I think did brought back. But right now, as we are on here, it is 6-3, 7-6, and it is 4-3 as at the time we are coming on air. So we are monitoring that, and in the next few minutes, we might be having number 22. That is, if the Greek god Sisyphus says, I won't allow this to happen. If he allows it to happen, if he doesn't, then we might be having, the time of our lives for those of you who are actually watching it and following it live. We'll be giving you an update on what is happening right there in Australia for the first major of the year, the Australian Open. Well, yesterday, history was made when the Belarusian, Arena Sabalenka said, yes, 3 times I have tried to go past the semi-finals, 3 times I have failed. But the first time she went past, yes, she came with the ultimate diadem. She won her first major, and that is a beauty to behold for the 24-year-old who said, I started playing tennis by accident. I was driving past my father, we're in the car, driving past when we sighted some tennis courts, and we just stopped over. My father asked if I would like to try, and that is the beginning of her love for tennis. So everybody have their stories. Muhammad Ali was beaten blue, by somebody, took his bicycle, and then the policeman said, don't cry, let me teach you how to defend yourself. And that was how the greatest was born. So we have a history of where we are coming from. Sabalenka was driving around with her father, and they sighted tennis court, and that was the beginning of her love. And today, she is a Grand Slam winner at 24. The stories will go on and on. It is our duty here to let you know how, the origin of those sweet stories that you are hearing. Coming down here to Nigeria, it was a battle at the top of the table between Benden Insurance and Remo Stars, and they said, who picks it? They have history for themselves, previously before Insurance went down. But this time around, the Do Arsenal, as they call themselves, said our unbeaten run continues. We shall tell you how that panned out, and also somewhere in at the nest of champions. That was when it happened. Rivers United, the defending champions, went there. They said, Dakada, you have no Daka, you have no dagger, you can't dagger us. They went there unscathed and came back. So we have 3 teams unbeaten. Yes, one is Rivers United. The other is Benden Insurance, the perfect score, but which is the 3rd team that has not, tasted defeat right here in the 2023 NPFL. And that in that Benden Insurance was Rebel Stars. Somebody said the streak must continue. He scored against Aqua United, he scored against Plateau United, he scored against Kwara United, and he has also scored against Remo Stars. He scored against all the United, and right now he said, I am reaching for the Stars, and he did it against Remo Stars. Who is that man? Who is the goal leader? Who is that my top striker for the NPFL 2023? We shall tell you on this show today. But then also, it is the transfer season. A lot of hijackings have always been done right there. Where was your Felix heading to before he ended somewhere? Where was Mudryk, Mikhailo Mudryk headed to before somebody hijacked him? There was another hijack, and not Danjuma, the Nigerian player. Where was he? He has already done medicals. He said, wait till tomorrow, let us get it done. But before you knew it, he's been hijacked. This is a season of hijacking. So we're going to talk tennis, we're going to talk football, and then we're going to talk Chan, because Algeria will be taking on Niger, and say that is for the semi-finals of the Chan Cup. So who are the other, which are the other teams are there in the semi-finals? We'll do that. But let's start from where we ought to start. In England, it is the season of the FA Cups. Some players are saying we want that record. In Italy, of course, the league is also on, and it's all about Nigerian goal scorers. So we shall look and tell you how is it. But let me introduce the Catalan. You are enjoying tennis today?
Yes, I am. Yeah, good afternoon, viewers. It's good to be back again. Looking at Sisyphus and Novak Djokovic, it's been an interesting one, back and forth. But you just want to believe that the odds will favor the Serb, because this is his 10th final, and he's won 9 already. 9 times he's been there in the final, 9 times he has won it, and this is the 10th one. I don't see any reason why he shouldn't go on and make it number 22. We're talking just before we came on set about Roger Federer and he's out of the good conversation. And your response was instantaneous, saying that he has left the group chat. But this is the title that he might have won last year if he had not been deported. I remember Okpe saying it, that it was an also open of what might have been if Novak Djokovic had played in it, and he's so far been dominating. He's not lost a single match this year. The same thing goes for Stefano Tsitsipas himself, who's won 10-0 and then 11-0 for Djokovic. So like you said, something has to give, and as it stands right now, it looks like Djokovic might just end up taking the day. As it stands right now, we are monitoring it. We are trying to see, how whether it will go to the wire or whether the Joker will now pull one of his jokes out of there. So, but let us start with the NPFL. Let us start with the NPFL, because yesterday matches were played. It is week 4 of the NPFL, and then it was started and said, when it comes this early, you ask yourself, how will it be? And that was what happened, because in Benin, Remo Stars were topping the table going into Benin to go and play Bendel Insurance. But then when they got there, they said, Insurance said, we are also there. What happened yesterday? Well, it's on the screen right now. Bendel Insurance trashing Remo Stars by 3-0, maintaining their perfect run start to the season. Currently topping, that's the Group A side of the NPFL League this season, defeating them by 3-0. It's been Bendel Insurance. They've been in the news consistently, and for the right reasons. Remember one time we were here, we talked about how the governor was appreciated the players were gaining promotion, the incentives that were given to them, the bus that was provided for them, and all of that. And so far, since they started the league, they've been able to repay that confidence that the state has shown in them, and they've been winning all their matches. Very, very impressive, if you ask me. And most importantly, Ken, we talked about this last week when we came on set, when we had Oman and Mario, the use of social media. And I saw Bendel Insurance trending yesterday on social media, trending on Twitter, and for the right reasons, obviously, because they have won their game. And I think it's good when they're able to capitalize on the fact that, yes, people are interested in the league. People want to know what is happening, to do what is right by letting us know what is happening in the league. You just have to go online and just type in Bendel Insurance, and you see different flurries of stories, concerning the team. And it's not just about their matches. Basically, whenever the players are taking a tour around the visiting city, or like when they were in Ibadan, Lagos Salam and all of that, you get to see everything online. I think it's one that I really, really applaud them. All right, let's hold on this. I think because right now, like we said, it has gone 5-5, but then I want our in-house, our expert, the man who for the past decade has been talking tennis with us. He's waiting for us. We have 2 guys joining us right here. One is joining us in Lagos, and the other one is joining us right outside Lagos. So let's go to UK first of all, and let us meet Daffy Otite. Daffy Otite runs Nigerian football 360, and I tell you, nobody follows Nigerian football players outside the shores of this country like Daffy. And the transfer season is ending on the 31st of January. In a few days' time. Daffy, how are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you for the invites, and thank you for making time for me. Thank you very much.
Daff the man. We call him the Big Daff. So you guys don't worry when I call him the Big Daff. That is what he is. And when you see him anywhere, just call him the Big Daff. Daff, yeah. Well, before we just want to introduce you first, but let us also introduce Jide Alaka, who is joining us from Lagos. Jide is our in-house tennis expert, and then he has always done for China Sport on Sunday from time to time. Hello, Jide, how are you?
Hello, Ken. Happy New Year.
I love your heart. This is what we call filler.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I'm out for a friend. What's it called? 50th birthday. That's why I'm not in the studio. But I'm happy to be joining you online. I'm happy.
And it is hot in Australia. It is hot and hot and hot.
Yes, Novak is leading 6-5. Third set tie break. So maybe in the next 2 to 3 minutes, he will be taking his 10th title.
What makes you so sure that Tsitsipas will not level up at 6-6 and go on to take the third set?
We had a discussion yesterday, Ken, and I told you that there's nobody on that tour right now. No matter what is happening to Djokovic's private life or life outside the court, I don't think that there is anybody that can beat the guy when he's at the peak of his powers. So, like I said, maybe it would take it 6-6 and take it down to the wire. But I don't see Joker losing this one.
The peak of his powers at 35, doesn't that sound ominous?
Yeah, because of sports science, it sounds ominous for his opponents. There are things that they are doing now that can ensure that you stay where you are if you are disciplined, and he has the right body type. He doesn't gain much body fat. So as long as he stays injury free, which is what is happening to Nadal. Nadal cannot stay injury free. But look at Djokovic. I don't think he has gained 3 kilograms since I first saw him play tennis. No, that's the truth. If you look at this picture now and look at this picture 10 years ago, he almost looks the same. And that's why I'm saying that unless the guy just says he wants to retire, it's going to take some effort from these young guys to knock him off his perch.
Okay, we are with you, and then we are staying with this, and then if it is breaking, if he picks it in the next few minutes, like you say, or if it extends, I really want it to extend. I want us to enjoy ourselves.
I think it's going to 6-6 right now.
Okay.
Right now, maybe it's going to yes. So it's going to go down to the wire.
So it's going to the wire. So we are into the tie break now. Okay, let's go back to London because Daffy is waiting for us. Daffy, how has it been? In fact, this is your first invitation. But I promise you that we'll be tapping on that knowledge of yours on a regular basis on how Nigerian players are faring in Europe. But let's look at the transfer.
No problem at all.
Let's look at this transfer season. How has it been like for Nigerian players?
It's not been too bad. There have been quite a few transfers happening, but you find the January transfer window is typically a loan window. You find a lot of the Premier League teams giving experience to their youth players. They loan them to lower leagues, to other leagues. They don't loan them to their rivals, but they loan them to lower leagues, other leagues, just to give the boys experience, senior match experience. So you find quite a few of the younger players going to other leagues. So if I start with a couple of goalkeepers, Arthur Okonkwo is an Arsenal goalkeeper, as well as Ovie Ejeageri is on another Arsenal goalkeeper. They both spent time in lower leagues. Arthur went to Crewe in the 4th division, did very well, and he's now been transferred to the Austrian Bundesliga, the Premier League in Austria, Sturm Graz. So he's going to spend the rest.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. And then Ovie Ejeageri, also he dropped to the 6th division, Chelmsford. He did very, very well there. But he has now gone to Finland, to a Premier League side in Finland, to go and gain Premiership experience as well. So that's 2 of them there. If you look at others, there's Malcolm Ebiowi. He's a player who we have seen in our under-17 camp, Nigeria under-17 camp. But I don't think the time was right for him at the time. He's been a journeyman, if you like, in the youth ranks, going from Arsenal to Rangers to Derby, finally found a home at Crystal Palace. Has played a couple of games in the senior team, but he has now gone to the English Championship, the 2nd division, with Hull to gain some match experience. Another one who has gone round the block a little bit, Joseph Humbo. His mother is, I think, Togolese. His father is Nigerian. Started off Crystal Palace, has gone to Margate, has found a home at Watford. Spent last season at Ross County in the Scottish Premier League. Did very well. He's now in the Championship with Huddersfield. So quite a few. But if we look at some of our senior players, William Stekom. He's recently been at Watford, but he as well has gone from Fulham to Spurs to Groningen in Belgium, to Ghent, to Hargeton, to Bursaspor, to Udinese. He's now with Salernitana on loan with the option to buy. He actually went straight into their match day squad, and they won their first match with him playing 90 minutes. If we
that was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. So that is a great welcome for Troost.
Yeah, he moved during the week and straight into the matchday squad. But then again, he has Italian experience with Udinese.
Okay, so okay.
Like he knows the language.
So it's a familiar terrain.
Exactly. In fact, when he was being welcomed by the fans, he was speaking Italian fluently with them. So it's like, let's put this one straight, no delay.
Okay, that's good.
If I look at Slavia Prague, they had 3 senior players with them, and the 3 senior players have moved out. Funny enough, I did one little bit of background, and the 3 players all came from 36 Lions in Boku. So wow. the 3 of them, was Peter Olayinka. He has now made a permanent move to Red Star Belgrade, but not until June. So they have signed a pre-agreement with them. Peter Olayinka has featured a few times for our Super Eagles. So at the end of the season, he will move to Red Star Belgrade. That's the same team that Umar Sadiq played for in the Europa League before he went to Spain. They also, Slavia Prague has also let Colin Ziraso go. He was our under-20 winger. I think in 2021 or 2020. So he has gone to Genk again, straight into first team squad. He has already scored for them in a match. And then another youngster, Moses Uso, he also started off with 36 Lions. He's gone from Slavia Prague to LASK on loan in Austrian Bundesliga. So those are the 3 Slavia Prague boys. Rizespor in Turkey, they've just recruited 2. Azubike Okechukwu is another one who we're very familiar with. I think our Olympic team captain at one point, our under-23 captain. He started off at Niger Tornadoes. He has been round the block in Turkey. He's recently signed for Kayok Rizespor. Rizespor, they dropped to the 2nd division in Turkey, but they're trying to get back up to the Premiership. And at the same time, they also signed Ibrahim Olawe. He's one who went from Abia to Enugu Rangers to a 2nd division team. So he has now joined Rizespor, Kayok Rizespor in Turkey as well. Okay. So that team looks like they are looking to climb up back into the Premiership where they believe they belong. Another under-17 and under-20 player for us with the Golden Eaglets and Flying Eaglets. Flying
Eagles.
Flying Eagles. He was our captain with the under-17, I believe. Went from Bombay to Rosenborg. He's now replaced a couple of the Slavia Prague boys. So he has moved from Norway to the Czech Republic. So he's now with their Premier League team. Hopefully,
all right, you hold it there, Dafe. We are still with you. Let us go back to Jide, and so that Jide can give us a little bit of update in what is happening in Australia. Jide.
Hello, Ken.
Yeah, what is happening? Is it who is taking it? Who is leading in the tie break now? Right, guys?
Tie break. Novak leading 5-2.
5-2. So that means we are a couple of points away. So that means he is 6-3, 7-6, and then he's leading 5-2 in the tie break for the third set. So, okay, let's see what is happening. We just want to get updates there from you while we are there with with Daffy in London, giving us how our players have moved in this transfer season. So, Daffy, we are back with you. We are still following what is happening right there, and then we hope that Jide will keep us giving us that feedback until somebody emerges as the winner in Australia. That is the Australian Open final for for the men. It's men and women. Yesterday, Rebekana couldn't go. The whole. It was Sabalenka that went the distance and picked that for the Belarusians, and the Kazakhstani, couldn't make it. But it was good for her. She has already won her own title earlier on. She has won a slam already. So having a lot of female players picking slam one day after. Tennis has 4 World Cups, like I always say. The 4 majors are akin to football World Cups. So if you don't get in Australia, you go to France to Roland Garros. If you don't pick it there, you go to Wimbledon. Wear your white. It's all white, and then pick something. Or if not, yes, go to the Art of Ashes, right there in New York, and say this is the U.S. Open. So we're back. Let us go back to London, and then because he is there with us, Daffy is still there giving us updates on what is happening to our players. Daffy, take it up from there. Let's move on.
So just a few more transfers that have happened, and then we'll go to 2 that we're looking forward to.
Okay.
So if I come back to the UK, there's Shola Shoretire. He plays for Man U. In fact, I think he went from secondary school. He's only 18 now, but as a 16-year-old, he went straight from school to play for Man U in the UEFA Cup. He has been loaned to Bolton in the 3rd division to get first team match experience. If I go across to again in England, Noni Madueke is a 20-year-old, started off in Tottenham, refused to sign a deal with them, went across to PSV Eindhoven. He's now being signed permanently at Chelsea.
By Chelsea,
so
okay.
He's yet to make his debut with them. Going across to Turkey, there is Emeka Eze. He has also done the rounds in Turkey, started off in Amen, went to ROPS in Norway, to Sturm Graz, Adanaspor. He's now on loan with Istanbulspor. I think he joins up with Michael Ologo, who is one of our under-20 boys. Okay. He plays for the first team. So he joins Ologo in Istanbulspor. Finally, John Ebuka, 26-year-old Cleopatra FC in Egypt, has moved to Al Ali in Tripoli in Libya. Okay. And then 2 that we're waiting for, seriously waiting for to happen, the Teremofi.
Yes,
quite a good striker. He started off in England, went to Kaunas Žalgiris Riteria in Lithuania, to Kortrijk, now with Lorient. Apparently, 3 clubs are after him. It looks like West Ham have fallen off the cliff, and it's a tug of war between Marseille and Nice to see which way he will go. So whether he will swipe left or swipe right, we're still waiting to find out. But we're eagerly looking forward to this. Everything should be very clear by Tuesday, because that's when the transfer window finishes. And then the other one that we're honestly waiting to see if anything happens, Francis Uzoho, who plays with Omonia Nicosia in Cyprus. Apparently there is interest for him in the MLS, in the American Premier League, as well as a couple of French teams.
Okay, just hold it. Just hold it there. Just hold it there. Jide, what's the position now before we go on break? Hello, Jide. Jide, are you there? Is Jide there?
Hello.
Hello, Jide. Yeah, yes. What is it? What is the position now?
Yes. Novak has won.
Novak has won. So that is the 10th. So Novak is the Australian champion. All right.
He's the champion of champions in Australia.
The champion of champions in Australia. He has won 10. And the next person, Rare Messin, won only 5 Australian Open champions. Just like the way Nadal is dominating in the French Open, that is where Novak is dominating.
And he he moves ahead of Serena Williams in the number of Grand Slam finals. So he's now second on the list, I think, behind. I can't get the name.
With 33, he has 33 grand, and then he has won 22 of them. All right, let us go on a short break. When we come back, we shall join Jide to celebrate Novak Djokovic and also go to London to join Dafio Tite and look at the transfer as they are panning out. Stay with us. Here, you welcome back. It is the Channel Sport on Sunday, and we are having fun in Lagos, we're having fun in London, we're having fun in the studio. Okpeyemi Ajala has just joined us. Okpey, there is a new goat in town. Don't argue with me. There is a new goat in town.
Okay, I don't understand. When you equal someone's record, you now become the new goat. You have just equaled the greatest.
He has
just equaled the greatest.
22-22. So no, Masters 1000. Where does it go to?
Surpassed him.
Okay.
He has not surpassed.
But he has more Masters 1000.
No, Olympic gold medal.
No, that is amateurs.
No, Ken. Olympic has been no professional.
For everybody. That is an open.
And again, when the Grand Slams is every year.
Okay.
At least can get 4. You have 4 chances of picking the Grand Slam in a year.
But the Olympic you have one every 4 years.
Leap year.
Every leap year.
There has to be a leap year for you to have, say, for...
but if he gets 23?
That makes him the GOAT.
We are going to open the lines. We want to celebrate with the fans. Guy, join us. Novak Djokovic had just picked his 22nd Grand Slam. And live as we speak, it is hot. It is getting hot and hot in Australia. Of course, celebration there. They are celebrating in Serbia. They are saying the man who was kicked out with ignominy, the man who was bundled out of Australia, the man who was shamed has come back in victory and has taken the title. He is unbeaten since 2018 at the Australian Open. 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, they see that. In 2022, they said, no, you are not going to do that. They bundled him and he came back in 2023 and he picks it up. Give it up for Novak Djokovic. He has just equal Rafa Nadal. Nadal has 14 titles right there in the French Open. Djokovic has perfect 10. 10 over 10, 10 over 10, 10 over 10. I tell you this, that is what it is. A perfecter. That is perfect 10. Let's go. Jide, where is Jide? Let's go back to Jide. Jide is there, and the lines are open. Hello, Jide. Is Jide there?
Hello, Ken.
Yeah, where are you? 10 over 10. 10 over
Hello,
10.
Ken.
Yes, 10 over 10. 10 over 10 for Novak Djokovic.
And what is going to stop him from making it 24 this year?
Oh, I thought you got to 23 before 24.
I said 24 because I'm going to jump over the French Open. I'm going to jump over the French Open.
Okay. Who takes the French Open? Who do you think will take it?
No. What I mean is that it's not even because of Nadal. I think it's going to take some rest.
Okay.
And it doesn't feel bothered not winning another French Open title. But Wimbledon and the US Open, they are targets for this guy. And I don't see, if he continues in this form, like I said, and he stays injury-free, it's going to be very hard for every other person on tour to stop him.
We have a starting
Carlos, I want to ask you, yes. But if Carlos Alcaraz has been fit, I mean, the new Nadal, the man who fears no foes, who dares them all, do you think it would have been this easy for him in the hard court of Australia?
I don't think Nadal would have been able, even if fit Nadal would have been able to.
Not Nadal.
I don't like Carlos Alcaraz.
He was on a mission.
Okay.
Joker was on a mission. You understand? You understand his mentality. You understand him, and you did it. You did his introduction well. The person that was bundled out, he has come back to shame his distractors, and he still has not taken the COVID injection. You need to add that.
Why not? I think we should not take him as the victim here. He wanted to game the system. We have to be very fair. Fair play. If you are not taking, don't come. You don't come and game the system.
But Tennis Australia gave him a visa to come in
because of what he presented to them.
Okay, and it was found out the papers were rigged.
Yes. So it was not a big team. He wanted to endanger humanity. So I think he paid for his stupidity.
But he didn't endanger humanity.
Even now, is he not endangering humanity by not taking?
No. See, Jide, we should not make it seem or look as if Novak Djokovic was the victim in 2022. If you are not ready to serve the time, don't commit the crime.
But was it a tennis decision or a political decision
at the time?
We had, Ken, 2020, 2021, we knew what COVID was to humanity.
I totally agree with you on that. I mean, they want. All right, let's take our first caller on the show. Hello.
Hello. Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm happy with the news you just gave. I'm just coming back from church.
Oh yeah.
And I learned
Djokovic
from Saudi.
Yes,
sir. That's a good news to me and a testimony to the fact that it's good for one to live his word and believe in his will. He said he was not going to take. He didn't take. I'm not encouraging others.
Yeah.
But he stood his ground, and I think the God of tennis has spoken for him. And I know if you have many brighter days, tournament. I think it's like the US said there's still a kind of impeachment against him coming also. But this one is a statement he has made. But if he had been there last session in the same Australian Open, maybe he would have won it. And by now we'll be talking about 23. But wow. He has it. But we still thank God that he's still doing okay. Please just to ask if I don't have the chance to call him again. Remo and Arsenal, Benin Arsenal.
Yes.
He ended 3-0,
3-0 in favor of Bendel Insurance of Benin. Unbeaten. Insurance have played 4 matches. They played 4 matches. They won all 4.
Speaking of Arsenal.
They do Arsenal. Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right. I know they used to call themselves the Edo Arsenal. I don't know if this season, maybe they'll call themselves Edo Man City or Edo Barcelona. But they used to call themselves the Edo Arsenal. That was when, in 2004, Arsenal went to unbeaten season. And then Bendel Insurance are replicating that in a season that Arsenal are in the ascendancy. They are at top. They are at the zenith. They are the apogee. They are the highest. They are the peak of football in England. So what do you mean? The Edo Arsenal and the London Arsenal. Well, let's see if there will be a synergy, a celebration in Benin and also in London. But let's go to London because somebody's still waiting for us there, giving us the minute by minute transfer Nigerian players in Europe. He follows them like no one else. Dafe OTT. Dafe, yeah, we'll just take our time to talk about tennis and we're coming back to you. You were on that, you were giving us those tips. You're talking about Teremov, you're talking about Ozoho, that Ozoho may move or he may not move. I mean, do you see him moving higher? Based on his performances. I know there was that spectacular show he did at Old Trafford when his club came calling, at the Europa League. But what is the position of Ozoho now?
Yeah, I think he's in the last 6 months of his deal, if I'm not mistaken. So the club has to make a decision either way, whether to improve his terms or sell him on. And I think on a professional basis or he needs to move to maybe a higher league, if you like. He's playing in Cyprus at the moment, but we want to see him move closer to mainstream Europe. Maybe Belgium, maybe France, maybe one of these more visible leagues, if you like. He has done very well for himself. Like you said, the match against Man U, he made waves across the world, not just on social media, but across the world. And he gained a lot of fans, he gained a lot of suitors as well. And this is why even across the continent, from America to mainstream Europe, people are looking at him and looking to see what he can do. There's no doubt that he can, on his day, he's a very, 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 very good goalkeeper. There are maybe 1 or 2 concerns about his, when things do not go well, how does he recover? But this is something that can be worked on very, very easily. So any club worth with any little bit of ambition should be looking at him and should look to see if they can sign him on a very good deal, preferably a long-term deal, because again, we're looking at 23, 24-year-old. That is no age for a goalkeeper. Goalkeepers mature even up to 40 years old. So it's not something that he's going to fizzle out.
Yes, we had Dinozov. We had Pat Jennings. Pat Jennings was there for over 23 years or so. Daffy, how can one man be number one goalkeeper for 23 years? What are the reserve doing? Is it fair on them? How can one man be there throughout? Pat Jennings just started as
They are doing apprenticeship under him.
They will retire and come back. He was only having assistants.
I mean, the only time we've really had that very good rivalry, back in the day when you look at Emmanuel Okala and
Bresto Gedegbe, yes.
Yeah, who was the better keeper? Of course, Okala was the number one. Best was maybe unfortunate at the time to come up at that time. But that was a time that we had a very, very good rivalry, and we need that rivalry in order to increase the performances of our goalkeepers. So if you are working under somebody who doesn't give you a chance, it only spurs you to
try and do better. Yeah. When the guy say there is no vacancy here. Just keep on deputizing for me, and you don't get injured, you don't get whatever. Day in day out, that can be frustrating for a good goalkeeper or a good player when the man is in front. Normally, if he's an outfield player, after he scores 3 or 4 goals, the coach might say, "Come on." But they seldom change goalkeepers. They will just sit down there like the rock of Gibraltar, and they don't move anywhere. Okay, we'll come back to you because we want to look at Nigerian football now. It is hot in Dafe. It is hot and it's getting hot. I know you follow Nigerian football every day. So let's go back to Group A. Like we said yesterday, it was Bendel Insurance 3. So let's look at the fixtures in Group A. Bendel Insurance taking on Remo Stars. It was the top of the table clash. Before then, both of them have played 3 matches each. Remo Stars played their 3 matches. They scored 5 goals without conceding. Insurance scored 5 goals, conceding 1. So by virtue of that one goal difference, Remo Stars were on top. But after yesterday, Insurance have scored 8 goals, conceded 1, while Remo Stars have conceded 5 and conceded 3. So Insurance are on top of the table there. We shall look at the fixtures and give you the table. Let's take that. Enyimba taking on
Kwara United.
Yeah.
United will be hosting Nasarawa United. The Academy Warriors visiting Shooting Stars, and Aqua United we're taking on Plateau United.
Aqua United taking on Plateau. Aqua United lost their first game. Yeah. A few seasons ago, they lost their first game. They came back, bounced, and went on to win the league. Yeah. But this season, now, like we said, this is part 1. Yeah. Part 1, they are playing 18 games because there are 10 teams and then before we go for the Super 6. Yeah. So it is not a 38 on the trot. It is 18. This is qualifiers. They are playing qualifiers now. Like UEFA qualifiers and group qualifier. But it's an abridged league. Then, okay, let's look at Group B. Let's look at Group B because it also happened yesterday. The defending champions, I said, we are the defending champions, and we are still marching on. Let's look at Group B. Well, yes, that was it.
Rivers United defeating Dakar by 2 goals to 1 away from home. Baby Stars will be taken on by Bayelsa United. Abia Warriors will be visiting Sunshine Stars. Niger Tornadoes will be taking on Rangers. And Wiki Tourists will be hosting newly promoted Doma United. I think I would love to see a game between Rivers United and Bendel Insurance like right now.
I don't like right now. No, let Super 6. Let's build up to the Super 6. Let's build up to the Super 6. Because
if any of the 2 teams makes the Super 6.
I think Rivers United Insurance will make the Super 6. Based on current form, I see them, making the Super 6. Insurance are now 12 points. They have played 4 matches with 14 games to go. It's still much, but then
and they've been doing well not to concede too many goals. Just 1 goal they conceded so far.
Okay, let's look at the tables. Let us look at the tables and see how they are. Okay, that is Group A table.
Bendel Insurance 12 points from 4 matches, 100%. Remo Stars, despite losing their match, they are still on 2nd position, and they cannot be overtaken this week because Aqua United can only get 7 points.
Yeah.
Plateau United, the star match for this week, Aqua Plateau 3rd and 4th, also 4 points. Eyimba, 4 points. We have 4 teams on 4 points. Ekanemi, who are coming to Ibadan, also on 4 points. Gombe United, 2 points. Kwara United, 2 points. Shooting Stars, 2 points. Nasarawa United, 0 points.
Okay, let's look at Group B. But that is how Group A stands. Let's look at Group B.
So Rivers United, 10 points. 3 wins and 1 draw. Abia Warriors, 6 points. Niger Tornadoes, 6 points. Lobby Stars, 6 points. So 3 teams on 6 points. 3 teams again on 4 points. Doma United, Bayelsa United, and Dakada, 4 points. Sunshine Stars, 3 points. Enugu Rangers, 1 point. Wiki Tourist, no points.
Sunshine
Stars?
Unbeaten.
They're unbeaten.
Unbeaten.
Sometimes this unbeaten run, I think I would prefer to lose 2 matches, to win 2 matches and lose one than to go 3 unbeaten. Yeah. Because if I do that, I have 6 points. If you go 3 unbeaten, you have 3 points. So right now we have 3 unbeaten teams now. Bendel Insurance are unbeaten, 4 games played, 4 games won. Rivers United are unbeaten, 4 games played, 3 games won with a draw. While Sunshine Stars have played 3 matches and all 3 games have ended in draws. So those are the 3 teams that have not tasted defeat in the early days of the league. It's still early days, 4 games played. Let us see if other Insurance or Rivers United can go through the season unbeaten. Even Sunshine Stars, they've not lost any match, even if they've not won any. So just mark them. If you are marking X, if you are making, just make sure that is where they are. Pick them. Pick Sunshine Stars, because I mean, there are some will call them Ogbono soup or zero cross soup. I don't know. Or we do. But it is a soup.
That is not.
But again, Ken, in professional football, I think a draw result is the worst thing that can happen to you, because it gives you a false sense of entitlement and hope. And as you said, you rather win 2, lose 1, because when you keep drawing, you can only finish as a mid-table side. I've never seen a side that draws more than any team and actually won the championship. It has never happened.
I think that is why the IFS, that's why the FIFA came up with this 3-pointer. Yes. Formerly before, if you win, you have 2 points. If you draw, you take 1. But there's not much difference. Yeah. If people are not putting the risk, it's like, let me just go and draw. I mean, it's just, you're only losing 1 point. But when you know that somebody who has 1 point, if he wins, he goes to 4. And if you draw, if you are in 2 points, you will not go to 3. Then nobody will tell you. You will just get up and you start winning. So that is the thing. Last week, was it 2 weeks ago here? We also talked about what is happening in our players. We're talking about our movements, and we brought you the top scorers chart in Italy. In Italy in the Serie A. As 2 weeks back, Osimhen was on 12 goals, while Ademola Lookman was on 7. But I tell you this, gentlemen, because the race is on. The race is not just for who's going to be top scorer. The race is going to be for that. It is a Nigerian race at the Serie A. Osimhen has scored 1 more goal. In that period, he's still at top and 13. But let me tell you something. As at yesterday, Ademola Lookman says, not only am I going to catch up with him, I am going to overtake him. Ademola Lookman has scored 7 goals in the last 4 games, 7 goals and 4 assists, and is right there at just 1 goal behind Osimhen. Osimhen leads with 13 goals, while Ademola Lookman is on 12 goals. So the Serie A is being painted with Nigerian goals from Nigerian boots by Nigerian kids. And I tell you, these guys are all there, 24, 25 years old, who will come down. They are just trying to pick up. Yeah. Okay. Owo, you get mine though. Owo is on the line. Hello, Owo. How are you?
I'm on the line. Thank you, Ken.
Yes.
Thank you very much. What is really the first question I want to ask you? What really happened to Ranger? And that's number 1. Number 2.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me finish, because I know that you are a Ranger supporter from A to Z.
Go ahead. Accuse me as you like. Just go ahead.
I know. The match of Kwara United, that I was there live in Ibadan.
Hey, that's what we want to hear. And Bendel Insurance pummeled you.
Yes, it's outside, a clean outside.
Okay.
And I like what the NPFL does. The abstraction is among the referee, the abstraction. And I want you to, get the video on it on our...
Why should I get the video? Because they beat Kwara United. Why should I get the video? Why?
I know as a Ranger, it's explaining you. Don't worry. I'm expecting where Rangers is going because of Ken. And I want to let you know that our matches is 18 matches. Now we are going on. By today, we must win Academy. That was our plan today by the grace of God.
Oh, hey, so, now you are praying.
No, we are praying. It's true, we are praying because they are doing a lot of Odoro for us. I'm telling you the truth. Why can't you show the goals? Why can't you show the goals?
Calm down now. Calm down.
Show the goals. Let people see the goals.
Calm down. Your guys didn't complain when they were beating fairly right there in Ibadan. It was on a neutral. Of course, you guys are playing, in Ibadan. You're not playing. Your home matches have been playing there, but Insurance came there and beat you fair and square. When you win, accept it. Oh, don't complain. I mean, we've been following the matches. We've been following the games.
I was there in Gombe against Gombe. We scored goals. I'm telling you, we scored one goal. And that goal
I didn't know about that.
It's allowed again. I'm telling you, it's allowed. It's painful. It's painful.
Dafe would like to talk to you. Dafe, can you give Owe consolation?
Consolation. that is complaining. Does he have
I will see you to court. I'm telling you. I don't mind.
You get
to borrow money to see you to.
Tell him.
I'm telling you. I will see you to people.
You will soon be. No, Dafe is talking to you. Just calm down. Dafe is talking to you. Dafe, talk to him.
Calm down. They don't tell you already, calm down. It is football. Football, you win, you lose. But when you support your team fully, it's not just fun and make and the accusing people in the studio.
Okay, I hope you heard that. Just calm down.
I really appreciate what this man do to let us know more players in Europe. I'm so appreciate. It's a fantastic job, and I'm so appreciate. Please continue a good job you are doing. That's what I want. Don't follow Ken, please. Don't follow Ken. I really appreciate you.
I like it when Owo is humbled. Owo is our most regular caller on this show. Sunday we meet him. I've not met him coincidentally, but I just love the way that he's consistent. It calls up. Owo supports Kwara United passionately. He also supports a team in London that the bridge is cracking. I don't know what is happening to them. So Owo is having a bad season, and he won't be taking it out on me. She's thinking, don't take it out on me. You understand? The fortunes of destiny is not from Ken Ochonogo. I'm just here reporting what I'm seeing. Please, you're my friend. We shall meet someday and crack some glasses. Okay. The NPFL. The lines are still open, gentlemen. The lines are still open. So you guys, please join this conversation. Let's see how we can take our leagues, our sport to the highest of level. There has been one or two referees that have not performed well. Yeah, okay. Who have not performed well. The number is there. You guys can call him, but we're going to go on a very short break. But I think the swift action, the swift response of those who are managing tells us that it is not going to be
business as usual.
But again, the penalty should be stiffer.
Yeah,
the penalty should be stiffer.
They said they don't mind removing them from not official at all. We're going on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on this discussion. Stay with us. When you win those trophies, they are so sweet. And when the team is going for almost 3 million, you know what that. Okay, I think we have Dele on the line. Hello, Dele.
Ken, how are you now? How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Especially my good friend, Yemi Odo.
Is that Dele Ajakaye?
Yes, this is Dele Gbadin. Don't worry, Yemi knows me very well.
Yemi
knows me.
Okay, you sound like Dele Ajakaye yourself. Yemi knows you, and that's why you're calling from where? From Ilorin?
I'm calling from Uyo.
Uyo, all right, okay, all right, Dele. Let's.
Okay, I like the bantings with the other man with Rangers, and I think this is actually what we need in the Nigerian league. Let's create a kind of excitement around our league also. It's not just about Arsenal and the Blue Bridge all the time, And I think this kind of things also bring much more attention to the league. And so my take is basically on the league. I don't know what's informed the abridged version of the league anyway. I really don't know. But whatever it is, I'm thinking that I'm seeing some quality games. I like what Benjamin Insurance is doing, but still, the issue of the game not on television still remains a very major challenge. I do not know anywhere in the world where you have a Premier League that is not on television. You see what the other guy was talking about, some goals for Kwara United, because incidentally, I'm also a great Kwara United fan.
Wow!
I'm wondering why such game will not also be on television. Are there issues that surround it? I think NFA needs to complain, because you have a lot of multinationals there that could also do a lot of jobs. Like the other time when I was talking about marketing, it is all about marketing. It's not about playing football because you wanted to play football. Football is money. I don't know whether they are seeing it that way. I'm not sure that whether that marketing department of NFF is functional, whether somebody is collecting salary there and going home every day there has not done a good job. I don't know. I'm still asking. You see an ordinary South African league that is bereft of quality, giving you television series, and then you come to Nigeria. Hardly can you see this on television. So how do you know whether a goal is offside if you do not see? How do you recognize certain players? Those days when it was on TV, I can name 2, 3, 5 players. And for me, it's something that the NFF needs to look onto. I wish Kwara United good luck.
Thank you very much.
This time around the game. And I also wish that maybe this Arsenal run to go to Premiership now will continue. At least let there be something for Arsenal people to celebrate for once in their lifetime.
Oh my God! Don't worry, I want an Arsenal fan to call in. Okay. I'm probably Benin Edo Arsenal. Let them call in. So Dele say you guys should just have something to celebrate in your lifetime. I don't think so. There are a lot of Arsenal fans in the house here, so please don't put me in trouble. I want to mind my business in this issue of Arsenal. They are doing well, and then we do hope they will continue to do well. So let's see if is Jide still around. Is Jide still on? Is Jide still there? Hello, Jide. Is Jide still there? Okay, I think Jide.
Hello, Ken.
Aha, you are there now.
Hello.
Yes, so. What should we be? Okay, let's briefly look at what happened yesterday. Sabalenka, of course. I checked something. Sometimes when these things happen, you see also coincidences. Sabalenka was born on the 5th of May. 1998, which is 5-5, and then going into the Australian Open, Sabalenka was seeded 5th. You understand? So I tell you, born on the 5th of the 5th month, seeded on the 5th, and she won her first Grand Slam. I mean, how does these figures work? Numbers. Do numbers have any effect on how things happen?
You are the only one that can explain.
I wonder.
You are the only one that. You are the only one that can explain this one, Ken. I won't go into the numbers. You told me about the numbers, and I thought, oh wow. Well, I was very happy for her. I was supporting Sabalenka throughout the tournament. I think she has put in enough to win a Grand Slam. I think she can be the most dangerous player on tour right now because she doesn't seem to have a favorite surface.
Okay, yeah.
She said something in the lead up to the finals, and I think that was one thing that had always kept her from winning the major title was her apprehensiveness and I think imposter syndrome. Sometimes she believes that she's not good enough to compete with the best.
All right.
And then she becomes nervous on court and then starts making lots and lots of unforced errors. But in Australia this year, she said that she has learned how to be calm. And she has shown it this year. She's only lost one set in 2023, and that was in the final yesterday.
Okay, just hold it there. Hold it there. We have Promise. Promise is joining us from Warri. Let's hear you. Hello, Promise. Hello, Promise.
And good afternoon to everyone in the studio.
Good afternoon, Promise.
Good afternoon, all right.
Go on.
I just wanted to contribute on the topic that is going on pertaining the NPFL league.
Okay.
You know, there have been a lot of controversy the past week now. So my opinion is that they should improve on the referees that are refereeing our matches. Unlike the European league, I think they should bring a VAR to our league. I think that's just to improve our.
Promise, VAR works with light too.
Our records have been very, very poor over the years.
Okay, promise, VAR. We're talking about it. How to bring VAR. That technology, promise. I think let's take a step at a time. Let's stop. Let them start. They do when they now go out, and you find out that probably investigate that it was not incompetence, that probably somebody deliberately, ran foul of the rules of the game. Then you take care of them. But where VAR, I support it too. But we see a queue for fuel. So I don't know how we'll queue for diesel to buy generator to.
Okay, and if you call it video assistant referee, that means the match is on video. You are recording the match.
Yes.
So for a match, you are not recording. How do you have video assistant referee?
That is the thing. So you need like to record.
There are multiple cameras on different angles.
So let the match be on TV.
I think they are working on for the matches to be on TV.
We have
a couple of games
on the TV, and they are saying they are expanding. Like I said,
so for a nation of 200 million people, one match on TV is insufficient. But a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step.
Coming about where we are coming from, where we couldn't find anybody on TV, where referees are not in them, are not paid, where not paid, not till date, where if you win the league or FA title, you don't get shishi from it. I mean, we're coming from a far distance now, so let's say
the journey is still far.
No matter how little, let us have something to celebrate. Okay, all right. Let's going back to Niger State. Suswan, hello,
Suleiman.
Hello, Suleiman.
Hello. Yes, good afternoon. Okay.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for a good job you are doing there.
All right, thank you, Suleiman. Go on.
When we are celebrating Djokovic, when are we starting to celebrate Nigerian players on the tennis?
Hold it. Suleiman. Sorry. Yes. In this Australian Open, the man who beat Alexander Zverev, you understand? Michael Umar is a Nigerian. In this Australian Open, his father, Tony Umar, played for Nigeria and represented this country. So, of course, they're in the diaspora, but Niger blood. Go on, Suleiman.
Okay, I'm happy for that brief.
Non-Nigerian
I want our own players, like, look at the Duke in those days. I was expecting that Nigeria could have been producing so many people. Like that time we have Ogbe Ascot.
Yes.
We have the Kaduna Clay something. And in Lagos.
Of course, Lord Rumens, championship. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So we are caught. Why are we not producing this tournament again? And then, since I want to comment about football too, like what do you call it? The one who is now playing for PSG, Messi.
Yeah.
Messi attended under 21 together with our own.
Mikel and Taiwo.
Messi has gone to win a lot of these things. But what about our own Mikel? Are we not going to produce another Mikel and JJ?
We will soon.
What are those sport administrators? What are they doing? These are the things that is playing in our mind. And of course, the issue of this showing Premier League on the live TV, it is important. It's not only South Africa that show their matches live, even Zambia.
Yeah.
We are not doing very well.
Zambia, even Ethiopian League. Thank you very much. Thank you, Suleiman. Okay, let's go to London. Let's go to London and meet Daffy. Daffy, how does it make you look? Like you said, in the Italian Serie A, it is Lookman versus Victor Osimhen. Right there in England, Kelechi, the senior man, has just scored his 17th goal. One more goal will put him in the top 10 in the FA Cup. I mean, how does it make you feel? The battle in Italy. Go on.
When you look at Kelechi has now scored 50 goals for Leicester.
Wow. 50
round figure in 191 games, and that is a goal every 112 minutes. Kelechi is somebody, they were talking about him on the match of the day yesterday to say one thing he knows where the goal is. Now, he's playing a lot of the time from the bench, and sometimes he doesn't even get to play. But you know that once you put him on the pitch, you are almost guaranteed a goal. They also said nobody has scored more FA Cup goals since he started with the FA Cup. Nobody has outscored him. So he knows where it is. Just not getting the breaks with Leicester. But he's doing very well. But if we look at our top goal scorers across Europe,
yes,
you go to Italy, there's both Osimhen and Lookman. You go to Belgium, there's Onuachu. You go to France, there's Terry Murphy. If you drop down divisions to Division 2 in France, there's Josh Maja. Division 2 in England, the Championship, there's Chuba Akpom. We are scoring freely across. And this competition between Victor and Lookman in Italy. So a top striker versus a winger. 19 games each, 13 goals and 14 goals each, 4 assists. 4 assists. They are following each other one by one.
One by one.
Okay, you assist. Okay, me too, I assist. It is very good for our society.
All right. Thank you, Daffy. This is your debut, but I promise you, the Nigerian fans will be looking forward to the next edition where we have you on the show. And let's just take a minute. Let us just take some seconds from Jide. Jide, your final words for today. Hello, Jide.
I think the Australian Open went as expected for those that were not too emotional. I know that a lot of people were not supporting Djokovic, and he had a lot of drama. But we can't take it away from him. Right now, and maybe for the next 24 months, he's going to be the best player on that tour. So we just have to accept him.
All right.
Who he is and enjoy his triumph.
All right. Thank you very much, Jide. All right, gentlemen.
Okay. Interesting times. January transfer window. I'm just hoping I don't walk anyhow so that Chelsea don't just sign me out of nowhere.
Chelsea is signing.
Everybody.
Yeah, let's keep our fitness. Next Saturday is the Lagos Access Marathon. Let's be there.
Okay. You want to run the marathon or you want to be signed by Chelsea? They said the man is signing anybody he sees on the street. I'm Ken Ochonogo. Go and watch the NPFL. Now we own. Have a blessed Sunday.